Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day everyone. Hi, Dr. Zuhi here and this is for the course of EPF 3110 Mass and Energy Balances. And for this course, the timetable will be on Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. and on Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. So this is the course teach under the Department of Process and Food Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, Universiti Putra, Malaysia. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to give some brief introduction about this course, in which this course introduces basic principle of calculation in process and food engineering. So there will be a lot of calculation related to the process and food engineering, and it will cover the basic concept, the use of various process variables, and also the balance calculation in terms of the mass and energy related to food processing. Well, basically this course can be divided into 4 topics. The first one we are going to learn for a few first 3 weeks or maybe 2 weeks. We are going to learn about the unit conversion. We are going to try to convert from English unit to SI unit and so on. This is something that I believe that you already learned before. However, we're just going to do some refreshment of it, and we are going to do a lot of exercises, because this is also a very important topic that will be used by you throughout the whole your time as a student and also as an engineer. So after we completed the unit conversion, we will move to learn about a few process variables such as temperature, pressure, and so on, in which this also will involve lots of calculations. And then we are going to move the two main topics of this course, which is the mass balance and energy balance, in which I will provide a few examples related to food processing to apply the mass and energy balance calculations. So these are the 4 topics for this course. And in terms of the course outcome, at the end of the semester, we expect the student will be able to first demonstrate mass and energy balance in a system. So you will be able to demonstrate how to do the balance between mass and energy in a system related to food engineering. And secondly, we also expect that you are going to be able to solve conversion of units and dimension. And lastly, you also is expected to be able to explain process variables. And all of this, if you can see here, is related to the to the cognitive level of C4, and effective level of A3, and this is related to the assessment of your competency of this course. And in terms of the program outcomes, this program outcome will be assessed in terms of 3 program outcome, which is the EAC1, EAC2, and EAC9. This is just a refreshment. If you still remember, during your first semester, during your orientation, the coordinator of academy of the department already kind of like brief you about all of these program outcomes and so on. So we're just going to give you some briefing about it, because in order for us to assess you, we need to follow a certain standard. And in order for us to prepare you to become an engineer in one day, in one day after you finish your study. Okay, so let us go through each course of program outcome. The first one is EAC1. In SE1 is about the applying knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals, and engineering specialization to solution of complex engineering problems. So that's why I told you before that this course is related to calculation. So there will be a lot of application of mathematics, science, and engineering fundamental, especially for the test, assignment, and also for the final exam, where we will measure your cognitive domain of that. And also it's also related to the program outcome 2, which is the EAC2. Identify, formulate, research literature, and analyze complex engineering problems, reaching substantiated conclusion using first principle mathematics, natural sciences, and engineering sciences. So this is a more depth on the complex engineering problem by using also mathematics and sciences. So this also will measure the capability of your cognitive domain. And the third one will be EAC9, which is to see whether you can function effectively as an individual and as a member or leader in diverse teams and in multidisciplinary setting. Okay, so because of this, the assessment will be something related to grouping, because we want to see whether you can work as an individual and work as a leader and as a team. So that's why for this we are going to measure your affective domain. So for all of this, as a guidance, that's why we are going to do a few assessment to follow these guidelines. Okay, so in terms of the class arrangement, I will consider that this course will be a hybrid course, because most of the lecture will be done mostly through recorded videos. I will provide videos and I will upload it in the Putra Blast every single week, and you can access in the Putra Blast to watch the lectures video. However, in the same time, there will be a few times where we are going to do a real-time online classes. Yeah, provided I will notify you earlier for that, especially when we come to do some tutorial to answer question, example, and so on that require extensive calculation. So that's the time where maybe you need my feedback immediately in order to ask question, to get feedback on something that you not really understand and so on. So we will do also a few real-time online classes for that. But in the same time, also in terms of the test and also final exam, I'm still waiting for the university to decide, but I prefer to have it physically. So that's mean that I prefer that for the test and for the final exam, we are going to arrange it physically. You can come to the faculty and sit for the exam, but it's still depends to what UPM will decide later, and I will update you from time to time for that. Okay, in terms of the assessment, okay, so this is a course that have final exam of 40%. So the final exam will consist of 40% of the total marks, and we have another 60% comprises of assignments, quizzes, group project, test 1 and test 2. Okay, so this is the course assessment for this subject. Okay, in terms of the attendance, okay, according to the Universities and University Colleges Act 1971, AUKU, student only eligible to sit for the final exam if his or her class attendance is more than 80%. Okay, so I will need to make sure that your attendance for this course will be more than 80%. And how I'm going to do that? Since we are having online classes, your attendance will be marked based on your weekly exercises submission in Putra Blast. Okay, so what I'm going to do, every single lecture video that I provide, there will be a few examples of calculation in the video. So what I want you to do is to write and try all the example given in the lecture video, write them on a piece of paper, scan them in PDF and upload it in the Putra Blast. So that's kind of like the proof that you already watched the video. Otherwise, I don't know whether you already watched my video or not. So that's one of the evidence that you already watched my video by trying all the example given in the video. Well, basically the example given in the video came with the solutions and also the answer, so you don't have to worry. What you need to do is just to try all the example given together in the video and then upload it back in the Putra Blast in PDF file. So that is a proof that you already watched the video, and at the same time it's not all about as an evidence for you to attend the class by watching the video, but also it's a good practice for you to also understand more about that particular topic that I'm trying to teach by using the video. Okay, so you have a duration of 1 week to upload the scanned PDF for the exercises in the Putra Blast. So that means that for this week, let's say I provide you a video, so you can try to do the exercises and then you can I give you 1 week to upload the exercises back in the Putra Blast. Yeah. So there are few references that I use for in order for me to prepare for the notes in this lecture, and these are the references that I normally refer to. And most of the time, I would suggest you to find these two textbooks, the one in number 2 and number 4, Felder, Elementary Principle of Chemical Process, and also Himmelblau, Basic Principle and Calculation in Chemical Engineering. If you got time, please go to the library and find these textbooks, because most of the time I will refer to these textbooks, okay, in order to for me to prepare for the lectures. Okay, so that's about it. I really hope that you're going to gain a lot of knowledge related to mass and energy balance, because this is a very basic concept that you are going to apply for the subsequent courses throughout the whole study as an engineering students, in which after this all of these basic calculation will be used to help you to answer a more complicated engineering problems. So that's why this is very important course for you to understand, and to at least to understand and to get the the gist of it, so that it will prepare you for the other courses. I think that's all for now, and I will provide you more videos in the future. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.